is Edward Zazor. I'm the general manager for the ESM team here at Fusion 5, and we handle everything to do with unified IT for our organization and our customers. Now, this recording is about Ivanti Cloud because we've been running a lot of trials for this. There's a special offer where we can stand this tool up for you, and you can use it for free until October 31st. And Fusion 5 is also providing, 2 days worth of effort, to train you and set it up for you as well. But it's very quick to set up anyway. It takes less than 2 hours to connect it to some of the systems and things like that. And what it is, in a nutshell, is it's a next generation tool for your IT teams to be able to support your employees, especially now, and the relevancy is working from home. So the way I use this tool here at Fusion 5, I spend a lot of time in real-time intelligence. So what it allows me to do, it's got a bit of machine learning and behind the scenes, and also Ivanti themselves are monitoring, all the natural language questions that get posted, and if good ones come across, they actually create them as reusable queries that you can run. So I can we'll do one of each. So for example, I can just come in here, with a click of a button, understand how exposed we are or what patches are missing from a security perspective across all employees. So it's a local time here in Australia is about 3 p.m. So New Zealand's starting to log off. So right now we only have 268 employees online. But what it's doing, it's reaching over pure internet, no VPN required, and telling me that, hey, Google Chrome needs to be patched, right? And I can actually click on that, and you can see here on the 15th of April, Google released, the vulnerability saying there's a critical patch. So our IT team's also using this tool every day, and if I log back on tomorrow, this will be patched because they would have deployed the necessary patches to the endpoints, again, over pure internet. So that's from a security perspective. We can also run, a quick search, seeing how many machines have BitLocker enabled versus, how many are protected and not protected, and be able to do something about it. It's actually all about proactive problem management. Instead of waiting for our employees to report issues. So from a health perspective, have we had any blue screen crashes? I can very quickly do that, and it's looking at any occurrences of that in real time, in milliseconds, through the sensor, through the internet. I can actually drill down even further and by bug code, so that blue screen of death, what the error code was, and you can see this machine had 3 occurrences of it. So I can proactively reach out to this employee and help them through it because they haven't reported it yet, basically. Also, from an inventory perspective, so some of the popular stuff is, how many different .NET versions do we have out there? And this is actually, I'm very happy to see this because, we don't want to see too many different versions. That's working well. Similarly, one of the popular searches is, what different flavors of browsers do we have in our environment, right? So you can see here, we do have a fair few. And I can again drill down into the individual machines and see who's using what. Now, if that user's online right now, these graphics render immediately. And what's really powerful about this is I can look at the event logs. I can do things. I can raise a ticket for IT to look at something. I can email the user to reset passwords. I can stop processes if this was read and they're complaining about performance. Also, one of the actions we'll be adding shortly is request a remote control session over the internet. Being able to do that, that's fully supported in this tool. So you can see here the power of this, and another use case is definitely around. So let's go with security. I'll just finish my point about the security features here. Ivanti's security team run Patch Tuesday webinars themselves as well, and they've created this really powerful view. It's called Patch Intelligence, and it really builds a bridge between the compliance officers and the IT folks, the guys who actually need to deploy the patches. What's really nice about this is let's have a look at an Adobe Flash vulnerability in the one place, I can not only view the patches themselves, I can also look at the CVE, which is the vulnerability bullet, right? So I can click in here, and it's actually going to take me to the vendor, to the National Vulnerability Database. And this is what the compliance officers care about. They don't really care about applying the patch. They want to see what their exposure is, what the hackers are attacking, and things like that. So from the one tool, both teams can actually collaborate. And also in this same view, I can very quickly see if I have any exposure. So luckily, I don't have any unpatched devices relevant to this flash issue. And not only that, it's more of a collaborative environment, so that Ivanti security team themselves will post feedback, or Ivanti customers can actually say, you know what, I've deployed this patch and I realized it failed on 30 machines for this reason, please beware. So it's a really powerful cloud-based, crowdsourced part of the tool, which is very handy. Similarly, I can at any point in time come in here and see, okay, what are the critical patches that have been released. I can rank these by threat, right? So you can see here they're ranked for us as well. There's a ranking involved. So that Chrome one I saw earlier, it's a significant threat, ranked at 8.8, and the actual score has a few factors built into it. Now, if we go back to the real-time view that I really like, I just wanted to come back here. The other use case I wanted to share with you is, let's say a colleague of mine, calls or reaches out and says they're having an issue. So one of our unified IT specialists, I can confirm with him. I can see he's actually working right now. He's working from home. I can quickly look at his machine, and again, reliability. His Outlook's consuming a lot of RAM here. I can go ahead and kill the process for him if he authorizes it and things like that. So again, next gen stuff. You can see that I did not leave the single tool. I've got it all in real time. I didn't have to wait for data to synchronize from different tools and all that sort of traditional IT baggage, right? And that's what's new about this. And last but not least, a very, very important topic for CFOs and procurement officers. So once you roll this out, from a compliance perspective, I really have very, very valuable insights now to all the software installed on our assets. I can very quickly come here and identify software that hasn't been used in a really long time, which according to our process, we can go ahead and uninstall if necessary, so we can reclaim the license itself. But what's also important is, let's say we get an email from Adobe claiming we owe them X amount of dollars because they believe that we're using 50 Creative Cloud licenses, right? I can in real time talk to the auditor and actually prepare for the audit, come in here and identify exactly where that software is installed and be able to defend it. This all typically and traditionally takes days, if not weeks, to prepare for a full audit. And this capability is just revolutionizing how software asset management works. And as a sidebar, there is an add-on that we can also upload all our legal contractual entitlements into the tool, and there will be another different KPI that shows up showing me my entitlements versus what I'm actually using as well. We haven't just rolled out just yet. It's on the to-do list, but that closes the loop on advanced software asset management as well. So I just thought quickly share that with you. And before I go, one of the most popular questions we do get is, okay, this looks good, but how easy is it to set up in our environment? And the good news is, on day one, you don't really need to, rip and replace whatever tool you have. We've chosen to use Ivanti Endpoint Manager because it does everything, but chances are you have Intune, you have SCCM, you have, different tools in place, more than one tool in place. And what's powerful about this is you can download the connector, and that's how we would populate the data that you saw. Then using those tools, you can issue a silent command to install the sensor. And by installing the sensor, that's how you get everything I just showed you, right? So it's actually quite powerful, easy to set up. And what you can see here is I can switch that on and off. So if I want to look at all my assets, I've got 1,500 assets that I can slice and dice. But how many of those can I manage in real time, like I showed you? Yeah, all our employees. So we can go in, we can help them, and we can help them stay productive and minimize our risk. So I hope you found that useful. We're happy to run a more customized demonstration for you. But by all means, this is extremely relevant right now. It works over pure internet. It's the future of how IT will support your employees wherever they are. Thank you for watching, and talk to you soon.